Yes. So that was the revision till the last week. And this is the verse where we ended our seminar in the last week. One verse from Mahabharata, which uh, clears the difference between animals and humans. आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनम च सामान्यमेतत् पशुभिर नराणाम धर्मो हितेषाम अधिको विशेषो धर्मेण हीन पशुभिः समान. The person who is not executing his dharma is like an animal, right? And what is dharma? Dharma is our intrinsic nature, which is fundamental to us. We cannot remove that nature, right? For example, the dharma of sugar is sweetness. A lot of examples I had shared. So similarly, dharma of, okay, the slideshow is not started. So dharma of a human being is to ask questions about life, death, and beyond. Animals can also ask questions, but their questions are limited to eating, sleeping, mating, and defending only. But humans, we are also doing eating, sleeping, mating, defending. We can see our entire our life. We can see the lives of our neighbors and our parents and our grandparents. So many generations have passed. All of them have, most of them, 99% of the population is doing only, working for eating nicely, sleeping nicely, have a nice family, and defense from nature, from others, from terrorists, from animals, from mosquitoes, that kind of defense mechanism we have. So we are all working hard in these four aspects. But why have we been given this human life? Human life has been given to us for inquiring what is life, what is death, what happened, why am I in this particular situation, in this life, why did I have these parents, why things are happening to me in this way in this life, what happens after death, right? These kind of questions we should ask as per the Vedas, right? One verse from Mahabharata, only 2 lines, and such philosophy, such understanding of life this is giving. These are the Vedas. Now today we will discuss more and more. Okay, so our choice today decides our future. We have got a human life right now. If we do this dharma of asking questions, then what happens? Then we have fulfilled uh, the the purpose for which I was given the human life, right? Then I am promoted to higher life. If I do not follow my dharma, if I do not do this inquiry of life and death, then what happens? That means I'm living like animals. So then I'm demoted to lower life forms like animals. So I'll ask you a question, and I want participation here. Let us say it is birthday of one of you. Okay, is it somebody's birthday today? No one's. Okay, so let us assume that it is birthday of okay, all of a sudden I see less participants. SSN. Okay, is that Sharad? SSN?
SPD.
Okay, no, I on acha, okay, sorry. Sharad is there and SSN is also there. Who is SSN, please?
Okay, session.
Yeah. Can you please?
Shreyas.
Shreyas. Hi, Shreyas.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Hi,
let us
hi.
suppose everyone that it is Shreyas' birthday today. Okay. And Shreyas is a very, very nice friend of mine. Okay. And I gift a Mercedes Benz to Shreyas on this day of his birthday today. Okay. Shreyas, are you happy? You got a Mercedes Benz today?
Yeah, happy.
Okay, yeah. Even if it is not there, let us assume and let us become happy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got a Mercedes Benz today, and you're very happy about it. I'm also very happy that it's your birthday, and then we meet, and then we have parties, and I go back. After 6 months, I come to you just as a casual meet, and I see now. Listen, everyone carefully. Okay, I want participation from everyone. I see that you are using the Mercedes Benz in your farm to plow the farm, basically. Okay, you have a farm, nice farm, you have field, and you want to sow some seeds for a nice crop. So you are using the Mercedes Benz for that purpose, plowing the field. Now, please tell me, what do you think? What would I think when I see that scene? What should have been a better gift for you? What will come to my mind?
Of course, a tractor.
A tractor? Anybody else? Do you all agree? To
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you for
Tractor.
confirming. Yes. So if I'm plowing the, see, if I'm requirement is, if I want to plow the field, a tractor is better suited for that work, right? Exactly. Similarly, when I've been given a human life, Mercedes Benz is meant for, it's a sleek, modern, expensive car, 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, right? It is meant to drive fast in luxurious way. Hmm? Tractor has its purpose, Mercedes Benz has its purpose. Human life has its purpose. Okay. If I do not fulfill that purpose, then what will nature give? Nature will think, okay, he wants to eat a lot. Okay. So in this particular human body, can you eat a lot? No. Which animal can eat a lot? Which living species can eat a lot? Anyone?
I guess elephant.
Elephant. Yes, Pooja. Thank you. Elephant can eat a lot. So better take an elephant body in the next life, and then you eat a lot. Somebody wants to sleep a lot, become a polar bear or some other kind of species which sleeps a lot, right? Sorry, Sharad, you want to say something? Okay. Now, see, if so, what is a species which can mate a lot? A lot of mating this particular living species can do. Some people are crazy after sex life. Day and night, all they can see, especially the Western civilization, not so much in India. Now it is coming in India also, right? A lot of these kind of Tinder and whatnot, these kind of filthy apps and pornography and so on. Even in the TV serials, movies, this is the prime thing which is being sold, right? Sex life. Now, human body is not meant to do that a lot, and people take medicines to increase their sex drive. They undergo operations, okay, particular some kinds of operation which increases their stamina, things like that. But actually human life is not suitable for that. Human body, which is the species which can mate a lot? A pigeon. Kabutar hota na, kabutar. Pigeon can mate a lot, okay, many times a day, every day it can do. So that kind of body is supported. So nature has all kinds of bodies in place. Whatever kind of life I'm living right now, that kind of body is presented to me in the next life. Okay. Now we had discussed, I had asked this question to you last time, right? What is the purpose of your life? Many times we have not even thought about the purpose of life. We have not even given a thought, what is my life meant for? Okay, the human life is meant for inquiry. But what is happening today? We don't know our goal. Somebody told me, become educated, pass this 10th class examination, 12th class examination, graduation, post-graduation, PhD, and so on. I kept on doing that. Now what? Okay, you get married. I got married. Then you have kids. I got kids. Then you do have purchased some flat. I purchased a house. Okay, purchased a car. I purchased a car. Put your children in a good school. I did that. Rise in your job. Have some promotions. Go to rise to some good level in the organization. I did that also. What next? What do I do with life? Nobody knows. So it's like a person who is driving the car very fast, but it doesn't know where to go. Or let us say there is a football match going on. Okay, there are two teams, 11 players each team. There's a football which is put in the center. Referee blows the whistle, but no, there are no these goals. The goals are not put either side of the ground in the football match. Who would like to play such a match, such a football match? A football match without a goal post. All of us, unfortunately, so far have been living a life like that. No goal of life. So Vedas are very clear. Chanakya Pandit says, Yesham na vidya na tapo na dana jnanam na shilam na gudo na dharma te martya loke bhuvi bhara bhuta manushya rupena mrigascharanti. He says, if a human being is not involved in cultivating knowledge, understanding the life and death, asking the right questions, living the human life for the purpose it is given,
Adi, come.
then what is happening? These humans are like unnecessary weight on the planet Earth. Te martya loke bhuvi bhara bhuta. They are unnecessary weight on this planet. And what are they? Manushya rupena mrigascharanti. In the form of the human beings, manushya rupena mrigascharanti. All these mrig means deer, and also mrig means animals. So in the form of human beings, all these animals are there everywhere because they do not know their goal of life. Okay, so Vedic life is very, very specific. It says that you rise your consciousness, you ask the right questions, and you solve the right problems in your life. Now, I had given you a homework. Okay, how many of you have done the homework? I had asked you to identify the biggest problems in this world. 1, 2, any number. So would you like to mention, any one of you have thought about this?
Disease and death. I am suggesting two things: disease, death, anxiety.
Okay, somebody else. Thank you, Sharad. Anyone
Thank
else? Archana, Manisha, Meeta, Shreyas, and then there is Vivo. I don't know what's your name, Vivo. Okay.
Prabhuji, birth, in which family the birth is going on?
Okay, birth is a problem. Okay, for you, for Manisha, birth was a problem. Okay, for Sharad, death and disease is a problem. Anyone else?
What is the source of real happiness in the life?
What is the source of real happiness in the life? Who is speaking?
Yes.
Sorry.
Pooja here.
Okay, hi Pooja. Yeah, what is the question? What is the source
Pooja.
of happiness?
Now, what is the source of happiness in the life? When we
What is-
can say always, yes, this is the happiness, because in everything we feel that, okay, this is happiness, and after some time we start feeling, no, I'm not happy with this. Now I want more. Maybe, the cycle keep going. So where to end? What to believe?
Yeah. So as we had discussed in the last time, we derive primary happiness from 4 things: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Everything revolves around this. If these are taken care of, then we go somewhere here and there, but ultimately we need these 4 only. Okay, we are continuously raising our standards of eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Somebody is poor, somebody is rich. What is the difference between a poor man's and rich man's life? A rich man has better eating, better sleeping, better mating, better defending. That is the fundamental difference. So those are the sources of happiness. But yeah, as you said, we are whatever happiness we receive, that is temporary. It does not give us happiness after some time. So we are hankering for more and more happiness, and there is something called as eternal happiness. There is one kind of happiness where we have to go to, which does not diminish, after which we do not need anything. That is actually the goal of life. We will come to that after a short while. Yes. But thank you for your question, Pooja, and thank you, Sharad and Manisha, for your inputs. Yes, every day we are trying to solve some problems. We wake up in the morning. The first problem to solve is, okay, what to have for breakfast, okay, and what time I need to go to office. Are there some meetings? Okay, how do I go today? Catch an auto, go via cab, have my own vehicle, things like that. My car has an issue. I have to get that fixed. But I have to pay for child's school, or some things are getting over in the home, so groceries and all, I have to get them. Medical insurance, in the job there are some job related problems, okay, which we solve, especially software engineers, right? We are doing problem solving, programming and all we are doing. Every day we are solving a lot of problems. Okay, I was asking this question in some other class, uh, earlier sometime, and one of the participant, she was, this lady, she said that, oh, the biggest problem I have is my maid does not come on time.
But
I hope, I think you can all resonate with this problem, right? The maid
but
does
it
not
is
come on
not
time.
common to all.
Yeah,
So
this
in that question, you have
yeah,
put three riders. It is
yes,
common to all. Nobody wants it, and
yes,
nobody can avoid it. You have
yes,
asked this question, earlier
yes,
question, with three
yes,
riders.
yes,
In
yes,
that, we
Sharad.
have to find out what is the problem. Correct, na, sir?
Yes. So in that respect, yes, yes, Sharad, you are right. You are very right. I'm giving you other examples, right? What are other problems we are facing? So every day we are trying to solve problem, but Vedas say that you don't try to solve these temporary problems. All of these are temporary. Okay, your financial security, your emotional security, and your wife does not listen to you, your husband does not listen to you, or your boss is not compatible with you, and your children are disobedient, and I don't have enough money, and all these are temporary problems. Vedas say that solve the real problems. The real problems are the problems which have these three criteria common to all, nobody wants, and nobody can avoid. And in this aspect, Sharad and Manisha are right. Birth, disease, death. These are very, very fundamental problems which are mentioned in the Vedas. There is one more which you have not got. Okay, so let us discuss these three. Then we will get to the fourth one. Death. Is death a problem? Is death not a problem for anyone in this group? It is a problem. Everybody is trying to solve this problem. No, I want to live more and more and more. Entire this medical industry is working on the same principle, right? We want to live more. But everybody is dying in this world. No, man is mortal. Man is not immortal, right? So it is common to all. Everybody dies. We have seen this. Does anybody want? Does anyone want to die? No, nobody wants to die. And can anyone avoid it? Nobody can avoid it. Everybody has to die, right? So yes, death fits the criteria of a real problem. Any question in this? Okay. Then disease. Is disease common to all? Yes. So many diseases are going on, and all this coronavirus, हम बचने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं उससे. Since like last 7-8 months, it is going on, and there are no hopes that it will get over soon, right? It is common to all. Everybody is getting disease. Different, so many complex kinds of diseases are there. A lot of suffering is there because of diseases. Nobody wants it. Is there anyone who wants to get diseased? No, nobody wants to get diseased, but nobody can avoid it. Everybody gets some kinds of diseases in their lives, right? So disease is another very, very real big problem. Okay. Third was mentioned birth. Birth, is it common to all? ऐसा कोई है जो कि जिसका जन्म नहीं हुआ है, जो ऊपर से गिरा है आसमान से? नहीं ना, ऐसा कोई नहीं है. ऐसा कोई हमने देखा नहीं है. It is common to all. Nobody wants it. Did you want to take birth on this particular day, in this particular family, in this particular way? I will take birth in a 5-star hotel, not a hospital. Or I will take birth in Kashmir, not in Pune. Like that. No, we did not have a choice, right? We were forced to take birth. So nobody wants it, and nobody can avoid it. right? You cannot say कि अरे नहीं मैं तो नहीं लूंगा birth, मुझे तो नहीं चाहिए, नहीं लेना पड़ेगा, right? So okay, 3 problems we discussed. These are 3 real problems as per Bhagavad Gita. There is one more, okay, that is old age. The old age is another real problem. Is it common to all? कोई है ऐसा जो बूढ़ा नहीं होगा? Nobody is like that, right? Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to get old. All of us, we are applying this, color in the hair. सफेद बाल नहीं दिखने चाहिए, and nobody can avoid. कितना भी कर लें हम, we can delay it little bit with right food, nutrition, and exercise, and right environment, right? Some medication, some cosmetics, some surgeries, but then it will come eventually, right? So nobody can avoid it. So birth, old age, disease, and death. These are 4 real problems of life, which Bhagavad Gita mentions that you need to solve these problems. All others will be solved if you solve this. The exact verse is 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 8, 9, 10. 10th verse. Janma mrityu chara vyadhi dukha doshanudarshanam. Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, my dear Arjuna, please open your eyes. Please see these problems as a real problem of life. Do not get overpowered or bewildered. Do not get bewildered with other small temporary problems in this world. These are the problems you should solve. We want to remain young, but we become old and weak, right? We do not look beautiful. Our body grows from childhood to boyhood to youth and old age, and only bones remain. कभी आपने मरते हुए व्यक्ति को देखा है? पूरा हम अपने young age में we look so beautiful, so charming. People like us. People want to be with us. But in the old age, the body looks so different. We cannot even identify a person in the old age that is the same person who looks so handsome and beautiful in the young age. We want to remain healthy, but a lot of diseases are getting in our way. Very, very painful. And finally, death. So why am I suffering? Birth, old age, disease, and death. This is the verse 13.8 to 12. Exactly 13.10. This verse comes. So now somebody may say, okay, these are the 4 problems of life, but otherwise life is okay, right? I am okay. Birth एक बार होता है, death एक बार होता है, old age आएगी जब आएगी, इतनी भी क्या जल्दी है, जब आएगा तब देखेंगे. Disease भी कभी कभी आती है, so कभी खुशी कभी गम तो लगा रहता है, बीच बीच में whatever life is there, let's just enjoy our life. But no, nature has arranged things like in a way that we cannot be happy in this world. We are constantly tormented with these kind of miseries. Okay, there are 3 kinds of miseries which get to us. The first is called adhyatmik klesh, then adhibhautik klesh, then there is adidavik klesh. ये क्या है? Adhyatmik klesh मतलब the miseries given to me by my body or mind. For example, a headache, heart attack, or stress, anxiety, and so on. These are the miseries which I have given to myself, nobody else. These are called adhyatmik klesh. ये पूरी लाइफ में चलता रहता है. Teen suicide rate have tripled in the past 25 years. Stress menace. Then there is adibhautik klesh, the miseries given to a living entity by other living entities. So what do you see in the picture? Mosquito is there, other living entity. Okay, a bed bug, or this in the middle, this is boss. Imagine your boss here. Okay, they have come to our life to give us misery. Okay, there may be some people whose bosses are really nice, so It's on a lighter note. Okay, terrorists are there. Pickpocket is there. For some people, their spouse is there who gives a lot of misery. Misery is due to other living entities. Adi bhautik klesh. And misery is due to natural disasters. Too hot, too cold, cyclones, earthquakes, tsunamis. See these photographs. Lot of us, many human beings have to undergo these kind of suffering. Somewhere there is flood, somewhere there is drought, earthquakes, big buildings. These train tracks are getting derailed. Trains are getting derailed. Hurricanes. See, these so many problems continuously every day in the newspaper. You see this California, this jungle, it is on fire, right? So many animals, so many human beings are getting losing their shelter because of this. This wildfire is not stopping. Volcanoes. So we have latest technology at our disposal, but our happiness, our plans for happiness and health are thwarted with newer and newer diseases. Now, world was going on. Nobody had thought about this pandemic, right? This is a new thing which has come. As soon as science says that now we have, okay, now we are advanced enough to take care of so many things, a new thing comes, and then things are going for a toss. So many people are losing their life. Somebody may say that, okay, these 4 problems are there, 3 kinds of miseries are there. So I will make myself so powerful, so great that I will be saved. Can that happen? In this picture, you see Muhammad Ali, who is punching the other fellow. He was world heavyweight boxing champion. His name is still known in the boxing. At one point in time, he said, I am the greatest. Okay. A few years ago, I think in the Beijing Olympics, he was invited to light the Olympic torch, right? Some particular celebrity comes and he lights the Olympic torch, and the torch keeps on. The torch is on for the entire Olympic period, things like that. So this Muhammad Ali, he could not lift that torch to light the other torch. You know why? He has gotten this Parkinson disease, and he cannot even lift a cup of coffee today. He is the person who was very great at one point in time, and today he's suffering like this. So be it a great person of this world or a normal person of this world, it's a common man or a special man, everybody has to undergo these problems and miseries. Okay, but our education, our parents, or the society, schools, colleges, they never bring our attention to these problems. They say that, oh, you earn money, then everything will be all right. You have a very, very beautiful or handsome life partner, then your life will be happy. You go to moon, we will give you a spaceship, you go to moon, and then you will be happy. Can something like that happen? Why do even such great personalities suffer from problems? Can scientific advancement put a full stop to all the suffering? Science has given us painkillers, tranquilizers, antidepressants. Automobiles have been given by science. What happens? When they collide, a lot of lives are taken away. See, actually, Vedas, they stress, especially Bhagavad Gita. This is like, Bhagavad Gita is the entire, this summary of the Vedas. All the Vedas, all the Vedic literature is one side and Bhagavad Gita is on the other side. Bhagavad Gita gives you everything in concise manner and in a powerful, direct manner. Vedas a lot of time give information indirectly. Bhagavad Gita gives it directly. And the focus as per Bhagavad Gita should be to solve these kind of problems, the miseries and the fundamental 4 problems of life. Okay. Earlier people who used to live a Vedic life, like the village oriented life, the distributed villages were distributed economies, right? One city, you do not crowd one particular city and then put flyovers in place and then traffic problems and all. Have so many villages, every 2 kilometers there's a village. All these communities are living nicely, they have enough food, enough water to drink. Transportation is simple. Now we have never heard that 2 bullock carts have collided and 100 people died. Have you heard like that? No. But here, see, one train gets derailed and thousands of lives are taken away. One plane crashes, thousands. So it is said that science saves in retail and kills in wholesale. एक दो करके जान बचाएंगे, लेकिन जब साइंस जब मारने पे आती है तो so many lives are taken away at one shot. Scientists had created this atomic bomb. Oh, we will do good of human, we will give some good facilities to humans, improve the quality of life by atomic energy. What atomic energy, how many lives we have saved with the atomic energy and how many we have taken? One bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the cities were wiped. Even today, these radiations are there in that land. The crops do not come up there. And whatever comes up, it is poisonous. People are still getting this. Have you heard of Bhopal gas tragedy? This LPG gas was leaked from a plant in Bhopal. Even today, after so many generations, the children who are being born in that area, they are sometimes they do not have eyesight, sometimes they do not. So they have various kinds of disabilities in their bodies. So that is what science has given us in the name of facilities and better life. See this. So many people, they are coming from villages to cities in hope for a better life. Okay, they work hard, earn some petty income, and then this precious human life is being wasted in living a life like this. In the Vedic life, every home used to have a cow, little piece of land, okay, some temple in the village. People used to read Ramayana, Mahabharata, learn lessons from them, live a simple life, simple living and high thinking, right? And they used to pursue their goal of life. They understood that they have to make use of this human life so that they can get a better life in the next life. Okay, what is the meaning of solving the problem of birth at old age, disease, and death? You would have heard of the story of Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha. He was a prince, and when he saw for the first time these people, suffering people from these 4 problems, he decided that no, I don't want to live life like a prince. I will go and I will find out the solution to this problem. And what did he find? What is the meaning of finding solution to this problem? The meaning is to break the cycle of birth and death. Okay, we are in a human life right now. We were in some other life from earlier. Tomorrow, after we die, we will be getting some other life form based on the way we have lived our life. Okay, body after body, life after life, we will be getting the new bodies, new life, new kinds of species. Our purpose should be to make use of the human life and get out of the cycle of birth and death. I do not want next birth. I want to attain the nirvana, the salvation, the moksha, all kinds of spiritual literatures, be it Bible, be it Quran, be it Guru Granth Sahib, be it Vedas, they talk about this. That should be the goal of life. If you live life with that principle, then you will be benefited. Okay, then you don't have to suffer. You stop that suffering. After that, when you achieve the salvation, then diseases don't come to you. Then you don't get old age. Then you don't die. Okay. Now, today, we can fly like a bird in the sky and swim like a fish in the water, but we cannot walk on land because of pollution and traffic. Can anyone guess what is that? Okay.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's not only garbage, it is mountains of 6 million tires. And 6 million figure, if the slides are a little old, a couple of years old, it may be more than 20 millions now. And where is this? This site is located in India, in Chennai. Okay, the huge tires from all over the world, they come to India and they are dumped like this. They cause a lot of land pollution, water pollution. Rain happens, water gets into them. That water comes to the river. The water becomes poisonous. The rubber, the tire, which has been created by scientists, there is no way to destroy them organically. Okay, they cannot be destroyed. They are not degradable, so they just are dumped on the earth, Mother Earth, like this. And other countries, developed countries, they are very intelligent. They don't dump in their land. They ship it to Asian countries, and India is one of them. Okay, and Indian government is not doing anything about it. People are not doing anything about it. Yes, सारे दुनिया का कचरा हम अपने घर में इन्वाइट कर रहे हैं because of the systems, because of the corruption, and so on. This is what science is giving us. Next time, yes, who is that?
Factor in the sense, our scientists will find out some other way to get it digested and used to some other purposes. It may come in some future. That is also blessing in disguise. Who knows? Our scientists will be so knowledgeable.
Yeah, we can say like that. But what is happening right now? See, future something may happen, but right now it is causing so many health problems to our people. Right? So many water pollution and earth pollution. You cannot, the crops you grow, all this is getting into the earth, right? This is killing Mother Earth. What benefit will come out of it? So many diseases are caused. Now the plastic bottles, we store liquid, we store so many things in the plastic pouches. These microwave ovens, everything is cancerous, carcinogenic. Scientists have told, medical professionals have told, stay away from plastic. Don't package your food in the plastic. We cook in aluminum utensils. The aluminum is causing so many diseases. Use the steel utensils, use the iron, copper. Earlier times, these were the things which were used.
What is this? Alloy of copper and zinc.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So these were the things which were used in the Vedic times, but now, in the name of cheaper and better and so on, these non-stick tawas you get right in the market, very bad for health. We should not cook on them. We should have an iron kind of a tawa. But yeah, iron plate. In the name of science, so many things are going on, and everything is causing problems. Okay, science solves one problem and it gives more problems. One automobile science gave to solve the problem of walking. But with an automobile, so much pollution happened, right? We cannot even breathe. In Mumbai, the pollution is such that, and now Delhi also, breathing in Delhi, Mumbai air for one day is equivalent to smoking 30 cigarettes a day. Do you know? These are the statistics. And we are saying that no, science is doing good, this will do good, kuch to hoga, kuch to acha hoga. Kuch to acha hoga, pata nahi kab hoga, but abhi kya ho raha hai? Abhi we are getting so many problems. So this is our blind faith in science. Okay. Bombs. So science has given us these are all temporary problems, temporary solutions science is giving to these problems. Hair dye use karo, facelift, painkillers, oxygen tubes. But and they are making money. Some people are making money. तो प्रॉमिस हमें किया जाता है कि आपके लिए सफेद घोड़े पे बैठ के राजकुमार आएगा, बहुत ही बड़ा अच्छा फाइटर होगा, लेकिन एक्चुअली में क्या होता है? Science is patching up like this, right? They patch up the problems to hide, but actuality is this. ये ऐसा राजकुमार निकलता है अंदर से. Okay. So point is, science cannot stop old age, disease, and all these fundamental problems which we have discussed. Okay. Now we are suffering from these problems, and science is giving us so many fast food, Filmfare magazine. We are like a fish out of water. Okay. Now, what does the fish want? If the fish is out of water, what will make the fish happy? Anyone? Anyone? What will make the fish happy? The fish is out of water.
Water.
Yeah, exactly. So the fish is again sent to the water. Fish is happy. But what is happening? We are giving this fish a Pepsi Cola, this cold drink, cigar, money, hot dog, World Wide Web, Filmfare magazine, baseball. So many facilities we are giving to this fish. But this fish is not happy. This is same thing which is happening to us. Our happiness depends upon the following the goal of life. Get out of the cycle of birth and death. Okay, attain that salvation. Okay, follow your dharma. Then we will be happy when we attain that goal. Otherwise, we'll be always hankering. Okay, Pooja, that was your question. We will always be hankering after so many things. I will receive today I get a car, I need a bigger car, I need a bigger house, I need a better job, better salary. People are not happy with one spouse. They want more spouses or a better spouse. That's why now they are living relationships, no commitments whatsoever. Okay. Move a little fast. So there are two kinds of people in this world: wise people and foolish people. The wise people, they believe in God and they live lives according to laws of God. They remember the temporary nature of this world and they follow the principles. And foolish person does not have faith in God. He says that, okay, you only live once. Eat, drink and be merry. YOLO, you only live once. So kar lo, enjoy. Jitna karna hai, enjoy karo. He forgets the temporary nature कि कितना भी आप enjoy करो, आपको suffering आएगा. You will get these 4 problems and miseries, 3 miseries. You will get this, and when they realize it, it is too late, and they lose the human life in the next life. So the foolish also knows that he will die today or tomorrow, but he is mad after short-lived pleasures of life and accumulating more and more. So sometimes you've traveled, early, aajkal we travel in aeroplanes, and even if we travel in trains, all of us have our mobile phones and we are busy in our own world. Earlier, I remember we used to travel in trains to go to my maternal grandmother house, Nanihal. And so families are sitting, and then in the 4-hour journey, people start talking to each other and everything. So Mr. Verma, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Agrawal, ये सब लोग बैठे होते हैं पास में, and then मान लो आपको नींद आई, रात को हम सोए, and then we wake up in the morning, one person, Mr. Agrawal, is not there. What do we understand? अच्छा, रात को उनका स्टॉप आया होगा और वैसे ही वो चले गए अपने स्टॉप पे, right? Some other person goes, some other person goes. Like that, in our life, we see so many people who die. Their time comes, our grandparents, their parents, our neighbors. In the COVID situation, so many people have lost their near and dear ones, right? We see that some people are going away. So what happens? Life is temporary. We have to understand that from this, that this person was there, now he is not there. उसको हम उठाते हैं कंधे पे 4 लोग और बोलते हुए राम नाम सत्य है हम बोल के लेके जाते हैं, राइट, फ्यूनरल के लिए. पर राम नाम सत्य है उसको हमने पहले नहीं बताया. After he is dead, we are telling him Ram Naam Satya hai. What is the meaning? Ram Naam Satya hai. That means other things are temporary. Only the name of Lord, name of God is eternal. Everything else is fake, myth, mithya. बाकी सब मिथ्या है, सिर्फ राम का नाम सत्य है. तो अब उसको मरने के बाद में बताने का क्या फायदा है? वो जो लोग जा रहे हैं फ्यूनरल में, that is to remind them. You see, this person was there, he was planning his life, and suddenly he went away, right? You understand now, you at least live your life properly, you attain the goal of life, you follow your life's purpose, you break the cycle of birth and death. You ask the right questions. Become serious about the spiritual life, because your number will come anytime. But we think that I will, I will enjoy. There was Mr. In the many about 2 decades ago, there was some Mr. Singh in 5-year planning commission. There are 5-year plans for India, right? 5-year planning commission. There was Mr. Singh, and he was going to the parliament to present the 5-year plan, next 5 years plan. Those discussions are happening. On the way, in the car, he died. He was preparing for India's plan, India's 5-year plan, but he could not plan for his life. Died in the car. So that should awaken us. Now, what do you see in this picture? Tell me. This is the last thing we're discussing today. Then we'll break. Some content is remaining for this topic, so we will continue in the next week. What do you see in this picture? Tell me fast. There is a goat here.
Goat is eating grasses, yeah. And a nearby shop is the person who is a butcher. Just after kill and
right, Sharad. See what happened. Mahabharata mein, you know this story, right? In the Mahabharata, there was these Pandavas. They wanted to drink some water from a pond, and the pond belonged to a yaksha. Yakshas are like supernatural beings. Okay, they have some special. They are like humans, but they have special powers. So Yaksha told that you have to answer the questions first. The 4 younger brothers to Yudhishthira Maharaj, they did not listen to him, so he made them unconscious. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj came and then he begged forgiveness. And then Yaksha told that, okay, you are a nice person, you are Dharmaraj. So I will ask you some questions, and if you answer them correctly, I will give life to your brothers, and then I will give water also from this pond. So each of these questions which this Yaksha had asked the Yudhishthira Maharaj, they are such nice questions. One line question and one line answer by Yudhishthira Maharaj. But each of that question and answer is so deep, that we can discuss on them forever, and on and on. One of the questions in that questionnaire was that what is the most wonderful thing in this world? Okay, what is the most wonderful thing in this world? I am asking this to you. What is the most wonderful thing in this world? What would you answer? Taj Mahal? Or the 7 wonders of the world are already there, right? One of them. Yeah. Monu, yes? Yes, Monu, go ahead. You were saying something. I can't hear you.
Flower.
Yeah. What is that? Please repeat.
Flower.
I could not understand that. What is that?
Flower.
Flower. Okay, flower. Flower is the most wonderful thing in this world. Okay, nice answer. Yeah. But that is not what Yudhishthira Maharaj answered. Yudhishthira Maharaj told, had spoken a verse in the Mahabharata. I'll speak that verse and then I'll tell you the meaning. See, the power of the Vedas. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, Ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam sheshah sthavaram icchanti kimashya atah param. He says, Ahani bhutani. With the passing of every day, every hour, every minute, every second, Ahani bhutani. When this time passes away, gachanti yamalayam. People in this world, gachanti means they are going, they go. Where do they go? Yamalayam. Yamalayam means Yam Alay, Yamraj ke paas. The place where Yamraj resides. They are gachanti yamalayam. The people in this world, they are dying, that means. Every hour, minute, second, with the passing of time, so many people are dying. Sheshah sthavaram icchanti. Kim ashrayata hai param? Kim ashrayata hai param meaning, what can be more wonderful than this? What is more wonderful than this? What is the thing? Sheshah sthavaram icchanti. Ki jo bach gaye hai na, people are dying. But those who are remaining here on earth, they are thinking that this will not happen to me. They are continuing with their planning. This is the most wonderful thing in this world. This goat is eating green grass. And the butcher is standing right behind her. But what does the goat think? Wow, I am so lucky. What is a good day today? I have so much grass to eat. And little did it know that the butcher is just waiting for a customer to come, and then the butcher will kill the goat. The other goats are dying in front of this goat. See, in the picture, they are hanging here, right? Other goats are also hanging here. In front of this goat's eyes, they were killed. But when the green grass came, this goat is thinking, let me eat the grass, let me enjoy life. This will not happen to me. The death will not come to me. This is the mistake. This is the most wonderful thing in this world, which is Maharaj proposed to Yaksha. And Yaksha is satisfied. Yes, you are right. So, we suffer the threefold miseries and for the four real problems of life due to acting sinfully against God's laws. Just like a mischievous child who leaves the custody of parents. A child who is mischievous is given some punishment, isn't it? Or a citizen who commits some crime, who commits some theft, commits some robbery, they are put into a jail, right, as a punishment. Similarly, we are living in this world as a punishment. That is why the suffering is coming to us, right? Death is painful, birth is painful, old age and disease, they are very, 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 very painful. And then these miseries, when they come, these earthquakes and tsunamis and so on, this COVID pandemic, these are the miseries, right? They are very, very painful. And we are receiving the pain because we have broken God's laws and we are getting punished. Okay. So there is a logical end in between of this session. Any questions so far? Otherwise, we will break right now and we will continue from here. Where do I go after death? Okay. The purpose of life, it is still going on. It is still under discussion. Okay. We'll continue and we will, in the next session, we will see what is Vedic understanding of what happens after death, and a lot of nice. Now, if these things are difficult to believe, okay, these are philosophical things, of the Vedas, but why to worry about them so much? No, Vedas also give us a lot of scientific information. I will give you some examples and you will be mesmerized if you know them. Okay. So I will present that in the next session, the very, very nice scientific things which are given in the Vedas, which scientists are using today. And some predictions which have been given in the Vedas, and those predictions have been true. So we will cover that in the next week. I'm opening the channel right now. Any questions or any point which you liked or anything which you want some discussion on, any inputs you want to give, anything is okay at this point. If nobody speaks, then I will understand that nothing was understood in this meeting. Or any feedback. Is it relevant? Do you think the Vedas are relevant? What should I infer from the silence? I don't know. Okay, so in case now there are no other questions or comments, we'll close the call. Please, it's my humble request to please join this meeting on time so that we can cover more content, right? I'm finding it difficult to cover a lot of content in 1 hour, and we start after 5:15 generally after the revision and so. So I want to start sharp at 5 o'clock. It will save your time. Also, we will be able to cover more. Okay. I will send some reference material on the WhatsApp group. Please keep watching them, and I may send some homework. I may send some videos, and I will upload the recording. So if you want to refer recording of this to today's session, if you want to refer it back, please do so. If you want to invite your near and dear ones to this meeting, please feel free to do so as well. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation and time. See you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Have a nice
Thank you.
week.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you for joining. I hope it was.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope it was relevant for you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
It was really very nice session, and it has encouraged me to be, more and more into it. Thank you so much once again.
Okay, so I will request you to watch the earlier recordings. I will again post the link of the playlist. Okay,
Yes.
so just watch them in the series whenever you have free time.
Yeah. I'm with my nephews. My nephews